Wait, it's October? Again? Wait, Day of the Dead? Oh, okay, got it. Well, it's that time of the year again. The Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos. My favorite holiday, next to Halloween, literally. For the past few years, my family and I have made it a tradition to make Pan de Muerto, or Bread of the Dead. So I thought, why not show you guys the process? The ingredients we used are flour, yeast, sugar, cinnamon, salt, eggs, guava, shortening, and water. First, we started off making a guava puree. That gives the bread its flavor. We mixed a bunch of blended guava together with water and sugar. This year we experimented a bit and added in a cinnamon anise tea, but usually you just use water.
I blended the cinnamon tea with anise, strained it, and put a few cups in the two cans of this with a little bit of the syrup. Blended it together and this comes up. This is a Mexican style of cooking. I used to ask my Mexican relatives. They never said a cup of this or a cup of that. It says you put some flour and you put some eggs and you put some baking powder, but how much? Well, this much on your fingers. I'm like, what does that mean? I think that's good of sweetness. I don't want to put too sweet.
Although tasting it did remind me of those guava candies they sell in Mexico. Pretty tasty.
Tastes like the candy.
Yeah.
Guava candy.
I think you can do it that way too, and you would just heat it up and stir it and stir it and stir it until you have your candy.
What you doing?
Warming up the water.
Then my sibling poured and mixed 3.5 tablespoons of yeast into 2.5 cups of hot water. My mom mixed the whole 10 pounds of flour with the mixture.
So supposedly all this. In order for it to be handmade, you have to stick your hands in it. Otherwise, it's not handmade.
Keep in mind though, we're using 10 pounds of flour, so measure things up to fit that scale, because usually we just use 5. So, you know, the measurements depend on how much flour you're using, and as my mom says, we measure things to taste. Also, apparently the yeast eats up the sugar, so like you usually would need more than you'd think you would. Then came the kneading.
This is a workout. We need bread.
And it was a lot of kneading. Pretty satisfying though.
Yeah. It's fine. Hey, you see the little balls on the flour? Like that. There's a little ball right there. Take it off. Wow, flour.
Ya está creciendo.
Sí.
Finally, we had our dough, which we let rise for about an hour while we had our lunch break and watched Coco. I mean, come on, we had to. After wiping away our tears, we came back ready to form the iconic Pan de Muerto shapes. You roll the dough into whatever size ball you like, tuck it inside out to leave it smooth, then roll 2 small strips and place it in the X shape, with a small ball in the center, like a skull and crossbones. You can add a couple more touches to it to make it look more detailed, but we kind of forgot to do that. I did, however, attempt to make some actual skulls, to various amounts of success. According to the Aztec myth, when the feathered serpent god Quetzalcoatl was remaking humanity, he accidentally dropped a bunch of human bones, breaking them, which is why we all come in various heights today. So I like to think we're invoking that story with how different we made all our bread. What? You didn't actually think I was gonna get through this whole video without mentioning some mythology, did you? As we finished those, my grandma added an egg wash so that the sesame seeds can stick on. Or you can use butter as well. Once we wrap that up, we put our little creations into the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 190 for everyone that actually uses a more globally used measurement system.
Look at that. Wow. Qué bonito. Se esponjó, se hizo grande.
Finally, after 25 minutes of waiting, our delicious little morsels were ready, after they cooled down a bit first.
It's not sweet, huh?
And after realizing we needed more flavor, we added some sugar on top as well.
This should taste sweeter.
Yeah, like I said, we could have used a bit more guava, although the texture was really fluffy and perfect for coffee or tea. Sure, it wasn't perfect, but every family has their own methods, and seeing as this is only the 3rd year in a row we've been doing this, we've improved quite a lot since then. And I'm really looking forward to what improvements we'll make for next year. Plus, it was really fun to do with the family. We worked together with music and movies in the background, and reminisced on the happy memories we shared with our past loved ones. And we even ended up with some freshly baked bread at the end. And honestly, I couldn't think of a better way to spend the Day of the Dead. So, if you've ever done this, I'd love to hear how you make your own Pan de Muerto, and how it turned out. And to those who haven't yet, I think you should give it a try, and find out what wackiness ensues. Just think about it.